Imagine a serene, moonlit night where the only sounds are the gentle rustling of leaves and the occasional distant hoot of an owl. As you lie in bed, preparing your mind for a journey of curiosity, I invite you into a world of logical puzzles that twist and turn like the shadows cast by the moon. Tonight, we begin with Moore's paradox. This paradox is named after the philosopher G.E. Moore, who introduced a thought-provoking scenario. Imagine yourself telling someone, "It's raining, but I don't believe that it's raining." At first glance, this statement may seem harmless, but let's dig deeper, like entering a mysterious forest of thought. How can you assert that it's raining while simultaneously doubting that it is? It's a puzzle that challenges the very nature of belief and assertion, and it invites us to consider the complexities of our own thoughts. To illustrate this, let's meet Sarah, an avid gardener, and her skeptical neighbor, Tom. As Sarah tosses water onto her plants one evening, Tom peeks over the fence and laughs. "You're watering your plants, but I see the clouds darkening. Are you really convinced it won't rain?" Sarah smiles. "Of course it's going to rain, but I can't feel it in my bones." Tom furrows his brow. "You're watering them because you believe it won't rain, but how can you say it's going to rain if you're not convinced?" They both ponder this as darkness falls. Moore's paradox sits at the crossroad of belief and assertion, illustrating a dissonance inherent in our thoughts. To say something while lacking belief in it invites us to examine our convictions and the stories we tell ourselves. Sarah begins to wonder, how often do we assert beliefs that we don't truly hold? Perhaps we've claimed it's all going to work out, while deep down we're filled with doubt, paralysis by overthinking. As the rain begins to fall, lightly at first and then heavier, Sarah exclaims, "See, I knew this would happen." "I guess there's more to belief than just saying it." Tom admits, "Perhaps we all deal with uncertainty in ways we don't acknowledge." They share a laugh, realizing the beauty of human thought and belief, realizing that it's okay to be unsure, to embrace life's paradoxes. And with that, as the rain nourishes the earth, they both stand under the canopy of clouds, pondering their next conversation, while they listen to nature's gentle symphony. Now, as we step deeper into the woods of whimsy and reason, we encounter the paradox of the court. This intriguing tale tells of a story set in ancient Greece, a land where the gods roamed the earth and every decision was woven into the fabric of destiny. Imagine a wise and noble lawyer, Protagoras, renowned for his ability to untangle the intricate threads of law. He had a pupil named Hippias, eager to learn and prove himself in the courts. One day, Hippias faced a challenging case and approached Protagoras for guidance. "Master, I have a challenging dilemma," Hippias proclaimed. "If I win this case against a thief, he may not pay back what he owes me." Protagoras, always one to challenge the mind, replied, "Ah, my young apprentice, let's consider this. If the thief refuses to pay his penalty, he has no duty to fulfill. If I take you to court and lose, then you owe him." Hippias furrowed his brow. "So if I win, it will be like losing?" "Exactly. In your quest for justice, you create a loop where the very outcome you desire undermines itself," Protagoras said with a twinkle in his eye. This is the paradox of the court. They sat under a giant olive tree, and the air was thick with contemplation as Hippias wrestled with the implications. If the law binds the courtroom with obligations, how can one escape this paradox? What is justice when the law itself creates a trap for those who seek it? Protagoras continued, "Justice is a bird that sometimes flutters away, lost in the branches of law and ethics. What is honorable becomes a game of chess where even the victors can taste defeat." Hippias realized that rules exist to bind society, but sometimes those very chains offer little help. Days turned into weeks as Hippias explored the intricacies of law. diving into discussions with Protagoras. They debated, laughed, and pondered, discovering that justice isn't merely black and white. It dances like the flickering shadows in a dying light, ambiguous yet necessary. At the end of their journey, Hippias returned to the courtroom, not as a lawyer but as a thinker, embracing the knowledge that there are paradoxes in every pursuit of truth. With clarity in his heart, he proclaimed to the court, "Justice is building bridges over faults and recognizing that every path has its twists and turns." As the moon dipped behind the hills, you find yourself lulled into thought. With both stories of paradoxes wrapped around you, realize that the world isn't always about clear answers, but rather the beautiful questions we ask. As you close your eyes tonight, remember the wisdom in the paradoxes and embrace the mysteries of thought that dance in the twilight. Sweet dreams, dear listener.